Good morning, my name is Jacob Folger. I'm an artist sculptor, and today we're going to do a little meditation scene on this rock. We're going to put a tree on it, and we're going to put a meditation bench on it. I'm going to get started on this right away. Well, the first thing I'm going to do is seal the stone with acrylic. Now, in the video description, which is down below the video, I'm going to put a tool and supply list, and it's going to have all the things that I'm using today, including the tools and the supplies and everything. I just need to put one coat of this acrylic on the stone. And I definitely want to go all the way around. Now, I found the stone down at the creek where I live, and you know, you just have to look around. You also can look around online. Sometimes I buy stones online as well. In fact, more frequently lately I do. But stones like this shape are probably going to be a little bit more difficult to find, but that doesn't mean you can't still do the project. You just have to be a little bit more creative. Last night I did this one here on a round smooth stone, and I want to do something like that on this one, only maybe a little bit more detail going on. Now this acrylic will dry within just a few minutes. Your brush when using the acrylic needs to be cleaned right after its use in water. I've got a cup of water off to the side here, and I'm just cleaning it out in there. I'm working on a piece of paper here just so I can slide this stone around, move it around without scratching my table. And so we're going to be using polymer clay. I'm using Sculpey 3. That's my brand of choice. It also works really well on stones. We're going to start off with a chunk of clay. You know, even though we seal the stone, which helps the clay to adhere to it better, some clays don't adhere very well. You can also use, to help out, this is Sculpey Bacon Bond. I use this a lot too. And that might help you as well to get to stick if you're not using Sculpey 3. And even then, you might want to still use it. Okay, I've already conditioned it a lot before I started the film. But I'm just doing a little extra here. Conditioning is just mixing up the ingredients in the clay so it sculpts and bakes well. And so I'm rolling a ball, and then after I roll a ball, I'm going to roll a noodle shape that is kind of thicker on the bottom and a little thinner on the top. And then I'm going to flatten the bottom of it like that. I want to put the tree right here. So I'm going to get some bacon bond. Like I say, it's good that you can use it. You don't need a lot, just a little dab really. And then position it where you want to put it, and then when you press it into place, you want to kind of twist it like that, and that will seat it better. And then I'm going to bring it out, and you probably see me in some of my other videos do this, because you kind of, this is a bonsai tree, so we want some curvature on it. And then I'll bring it back in this way. And I want to check and make sure it's standing up straight. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a a piece of wire here, and I'm just going to stick it in the top. And I'm going to take a piece of moss, and I'm going to talk about this moss later in the video and how you can use it for the foliage of your tree. But I just want to put it on the top so that I can get an idea of how it works with this portion of the stone, even though I'm not really ready for the moss at this point. I'm just kind of giving myself an idea. I also can see that the moss, I probably am going to want it to be wider here, you know, coming out further, but we can just use that as a model for now. Now what I'm going to do is start shaping roots for the tree. I really want that a little bit thicker. Where it joins the tree, and let's see here. I think I'll just put it right on here like this. Now, when I'm putting it on, I'm supporting the back of the tree, just so it doesn't push it off. When this bakes on here, when the clay bakes, it will be really pretty sturdy. So I'm going to bring this back around down here like this. Now I do want a real nice mapping of roots shooting off of the base of the tree, because we've got all this stone here. And why not? It will look really cool if we do that. So I'm just going to start adding shoots coming off of it. And when you apply it to the stone, now I may move the roots around a little bit as I'm designing them, but you can do this, what I call circles. You know how see how my hand is going around in circles while I apply pressure to the root, and that will seat it better on the stone. If you did a good job of conditioning and kneading the clay will be very warm and soft, and it will stick also better to the stone. Just put another here, kind of a bigger. You can take your tool and just kind of cut in here to make sure it's, you know, attached well to the tree. And let's see, we'll get a root going on the back as well. Put this just rolling here, and you'll take some of that off, and then you can use your tools or your fingers. Now, if you're new at this, the more you use your fingers, the better off you're going to be, because it does take some getting used to using your fingers. And so if you're using the tools all the time, it might be more difficult for you to get accustomed to using your fingers. So just keep that in mind. I'm just adding another little root sprout there. Just cutting it in so there's a nice bond with the other clay. think I want this to have kind of a smoother transition here. I just feels like that might be a good idea, so I just filled that in there. And also, if you're new, you know, I often try to like communicate this during my videos, is that, you know, you just have to be really patient with yourself, as patient as possible, because it takes a minute to get going on this and get your your eyes connected with your hands, and getting your hands, you know, getting that dexterity going, and that's why practice is so important. And so, you know, just if you're getting frustrated, just, you know, take a break, walk away. See how the tree leans sometimes while you're working on it? You can just push it up like that. Roots on this side as well. So let's see, I'm rolling another root here, and I'm going to put it here, I think. Bonds with the tree. I'll just kind of go back with the knife or the tool and get a nice bond with it. I think once you get into you know, sculpting, it's you'll find it to be just a wonderful thing, and very relaxing, very rewarding. Something you can do with your kids and your grandkids. I have a lot of grandmothers contact me and talk about things they're doing with their kids, and send me pictures sometimes. And so that's kind of neat too. So don't worry about the roughness at this point. We'll straighten that up here in a little while. And then we can put a couple offshoots coming off of these that just came down. Just make it look really natural. That bench that I did on the other one with the smooth stone, that was the first time, I think, I don't remember ever doing a bench before. It was actually kind of the idea of doing a bench was somebody else that watches, that watches the tutorials, and we were talking about a video, and she mentioned a video that I had done some time ago of a Zen garden, and she was kind of reminding me of things that I said that were kind of funny during the video and that sort of thing. And that's what we were talking about. Her name escapes me, but she's she's the one that kind of inspired these both of these here. And inspiration for me is gold. I mean, if somebody says something to me and inspires me like that, that really makes a difference to me. And it makes me, you know, strive to get out there and get busy making something. So that might be good for you as well. Inspiration. And we can probably do a couple more. That. And so when you put the roots on, what you can do, you notice I kind of turn them like that. It just makes them look more lively if you kind of zigzag them or turn them slightly or curve the ends. You can also once the root is in place, you can actually take your fingers like this and you can pull on them and stretch them out, make them longer. You also can kind of put a ridge along the very top by squeezing or sliding your fingers along it, forming a ridge, and that ridge adds depth and definition to the root. So you might consider that as well. So just turn this one a little bit, turn that one up a little, turn that one that way, and I think we're getting close on this tree, really. Okay, so I think we'll go ahead and start working on getting the tree done, and just a minute. Okay, so we're going to add texture to the tree. And I'm just going to show you a couple different ways, and you can kind of decide how you want to do it. Now this is, you know, to me will be a very, very old tree. I'm not really going to do any kind of branches on it. I want it to look like it's just been here forever. And so, so the type of texture I think I want to do is I want to take a tool like this here. If you search hardwood clay sculpting tools online, you can find these tools. Even though I've had these for like 20 years, you still can find these shapes. And I'm just going to take my knife and I'm going to press in to the clay and kind of put my markings in it for the bark of the tree. So I'm just taking the sculpting knife and it's kind of bowed here, so I just take it and just sort of rock it. And you know, to me, it's part of the artistry, really, to take my time and try to do a really nice job of this, just like anything else I do. Because I think that some folk, not everyone, but some people will rush through this. And there's a lot of tree to cover, but it goes fairly quickly, as you can see. And again, you can take your fingers behind the tree and when you're pressing like that, just to stop the tree from moving around a lot. And you can have long lines, you can have short lines. I'm going to show you also another way to do it, just in case you want to try something different. You can take the back end of the knife like this and just kind of put marks in like that. It's a lot more subtle. It's not, it may not be very easy to see on camera, but that's one way to do it also. Another way is to take your tool and just actually carve. The only problem with that is when you do it, it often flares the clay, and then you have to go back and kind of smooth it out with your finger. And that, I admit, is not very easy to do. I'm doing it there a little bit because it's easier to get the line in place there. Okay, so now once I've got all my texture in the tree, or close to it anyways, I may want to go back and add a line or touch it up a little bit. I'll take my my fingers and squeeze the tree a little bit, and what that does is it makes the lines, the depth of the lines, a little bit more random and subdued, as opposed to just a straight depth all the way around. And that also in a way adds depth to the tree by doing that. You know, I have to say, polymer clay is amazing. It's amazing because you can do things like this, and look at that, isn't that gorgeous? I just think it, even before it's finished, those roots grabbing onto the rock like that, really just a wonderful thing. So I'll just go around and do that, and squeeze it a little bit. Okay. Now we're going to start the bench. Actually, need a little more clay here, so let me get that going. Got some fresh clay here, and I'm just completing the conditioning on it. I'm going to take a little bit and a little ball of it. About that big, and I'm going to make one just like it. See how that looks. That's about right. Okay, so then I'm going to roll it so that it becomes like a little oblong shape like that. And I'm going to do the same with the other. And this is just a very simple design that I'm doing. And then I'm going to squeeze the ends like that. So the ends are not quite flat, but like that. And do the same with the other. I'm sorry, lately I've been getting a frog in my throat. I don't know if it's allergies. I hope not. I've never had them, but we'll see. Okay, so I've got 2 of those little round shapes. Now I definitely want to use some bacon bond with this, so I'm going to just put a little dab on each one. So lay that down for a minute. Like that. And then I'm going to position it on the stone where I want it. I think I want the bench kind of center of this little terrace right here. About center anyways. And just press it into place. Now the bacon bond is for its name, bake. It's for when you bake it. That's when the adhering qualities come out. So until then, you can move things around a little bit, and until you bake it. Then it becomes really strong. And I didn't use it for a long time, but then I decided to give it a shot just to see if it was something I could work with. And yeah, I like it a lot, I have to say, and recommend it now. I'm going to just test that and see how it looks. And I think that looks pretty good. So I'm going to put, you know what, actually I think I'm going to make it a little bigger. I'm going to make it a little bit longer. So I'll add some more clay to it, roll the ball. Then I'll roll an oblong shape like that. And then squeezing these 2 sides and then this side here, and kind of holding that, it forms it into like a rectangular shape like that. And then you can press the ends in to make them flat. Squeeze it a little bit to make it broader. So it looks like that. And then I'll put it on top here. And that looks pretty good. So then I'll go ahead and put some bacon bond on the top of the feet. And then press it into place. Turn around here and see the other side to make sure it looks right. It looks pretty good. And there we go. I had been thinking about putting a ladder going up to this, and I actually have a video on how to make miniature ladders, and it was actually that idea of a ladder came from that same person I mentioned a few minutes ago. But I was just looking at this, and most of you know if you watch my videos that I like to do stairways. And what about a stairway going up the rock in the back? You know, a lot of people when they do sculptures, they forget about the back. It would be really cool, and maybe as kind of a teaser to get people to look, start it right here. So that's what I'm going to do. Try to do anyway. So I've got, I'm going to start making stairs, and I'm just kind of feeling the idea out still. So let's see if I can make this be kind of neat. I'm rolling the stairs now, and I'm not gonna put them into place yet until I kind of have an idea of how I'm gonna do it. But I think this will be really neat. So. Kind of spiraling around, and you know, I definitely think that's going to work just fine. Let's see if I can see that, and then they'll come up like that. Oh yeah, okay. So what I want to do is make them all about the same size. The way to do that is start off with balls all the same size, or you can shape the stairs as you go, or it just depends on how you like to do it. But here's another stair, it's about the same size there. Even having them, you know, maybe slightly different would not be a bad thing. Oops, I'm sorry I keep hitting the camera, but I'm trying to do this right in front of you, and that's maybe not kind of hard to make happen with all this little bit of space. Okay, so I'm going to start adding the stairs, and I'm definitely going to use bacon bond because I think that will be more effective. And so I'll put the bacon bond on the stair and then press it in to the stone. Before I put the next stair on, I'll press it into place just to kind of form it to be the way I want it. And then put a bead of bacon bond on it, press it into place. Get it started, kind of press it into place and then pull it off. You see the marks, there's a mark there and there's a mark there. From the front, how's it look at this point? You can see it. You can see there's stairs going on there, which kind of adds to the, you know, the design, makes it kind of nice, aesthetically pleasing. See the marks? I'm sorry. See the marks are right there and there. Yeah, it just reminds me of, you know, the kind of an image of, you know, an old monastery. I just love things like this. They just really grab me. And I love sculpting things like this. I make a lot of little Zen gardens and pagodas and, you know, Buddha animals and all kinds of things. I love doing it. I really love doing it. Okay, I'm getting ready to put the last stair in. In a way, it's just like a landing. Now the adhesive, it does, you know, have adhesive qualities, you know, when you're using it, but a lot of that might be a bit of suction as well. So it is, as you can see, it is adhering to the stone. It could also just be that it's adhering to the stone on its own, but it does seem like that it helps with that as well. And then when you bake it, it becomes very strong. Now you can take get a paintbrush here with a little bit of water on it. Anywhere where there's glue, you can just kind of touch up where the glue is shining through or whatever. Just kind of wet it, and not soaking wet, but damp, so the brush is damp, and then just kind of wash it away there. Okay, now what we'll do is put a finish on it. Okay, I'm going to be using acrylic pigments, and I'm just going to do a very light, what I would call almost like a patina over it. I'm just going to make it slightly bronze so it looks, you know, really, hopefully really old. And so what I do is I put it in a lid like that, and then I dip my finger into it and I swirl my finger for a good amount of time to get it pretty subdued on my finger, and then just go over the tree very lightly. And I do want some bright spots, because again, you know, like I did the texture in the tree, I want that to be, I want the I want it to be fairly random as well. Same thing with the bench. So I just dip my finger again. You can see I'm really kind of rubbing it in. The stairs. you can see it's fairly subdued. And still, just rubbing my fingers with my thumb like that to get that nice and subdued. And of course, absolutely, if you want to put this on brighter, you can. But this is just kind of what's on my mind. That looks really nice to me, and then I'll just go back and get a little bit more bronze and not subdue it so much with my thumb, but just over here. There we go. And you can clean your hands off with the rag. I usually do that off camera. And now we'll get ready to do the moss. Okay, I'm going to be using reindeer moss, which is this particular brand is supermoss.com, and they are, as far as I know, just wholesalers. So you would have to buy it, elsewhere, but you can go to their website and find out where they sell it, and it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice moss. I use a good bit of it, and it comes in sections like this, and you can either shape it or shape it with glue using like Elmer's wood glue, or you can just put it on like it is, like it comes out of the bag. And also, I recommend using 18 gauge steel wire, just cut off maybe 1.5 inch lengths like that, and stick it down into the tree before I bake it. So it's sticking up like that, and then I position the moss on top like that, and then you can use Elmer's wood glue to glue it into place. There's probably other craft glues you can use, but that's what I usually use. And if it's on the pins, it just sits there, pretty nicely. And you can trim it with scissors if you need to make it fit better, like that. And yeah, it's pretty cool. So that's what we got. And now, of course, when you bake it, you want to take off the moss, and I recommend putting the moss on and testing it to see how you like it before you bake it, just in case you need to move the tree around a little bit to get it to look the way you want. And then take the moss off and bake it. You can follow the baking instructions for Sculpey 3 polymer clay in the video description down below the video. And this is our meditation stone and bench and bonsai tree and staircase. If you like this kind of content, please subscribe to my channel, and I have a lot of videos along these lines. Please give me a thumbs up and let me know you like the video. Share it with your friends, and comment or ask me a question in the comment section. Thanks so much for watching, and have a great day.